So I joined another league. This is now League 6 that I'm in, but it was Reg G, and I haven't done Reg G in a long time, and I wanted to do it. I was thinking about doing it a while ago. The draft went really well for me, and actually I can pull up my team. So like Miraidon, Chiyu, Dango, Val, Lando, Mouse, Palafin, Omize, Leaves, Garganacl, Krags, Greg. Like, this team is crazy. From top to bottom, usable Pokemon. So I am super excited for my team. But Grace ended about an hour ago, and we played about 20 minutes ago. So we decided, screw it, let's just play like right now. Why not? Uh, I had prepped already, so like it was fine. He did some quick prep, and we get to this. My team really does like Miraidon, and this team is like very much centered around Miraidon, just not in the way that people expect. This is not like a heavy electric terrain team. I don't like to fight terrain. It's a pain. I don't want to do it. So I made a team that works with or without it. With just a bunch of value picks, like Lando T in my A tier spot, and the Garg in the C tier, and Palafin in B. So I was happy with this team. Now for the actual match itself, there was a few things I was scared of. One was Sneasler. Sneasler did not show up. And the reason I was scared of Sneasler was just Psychic Seed Sneasler is like pretty freeing to me. I had to make it that I had enough special bulk in or physical bulk in my Val to live a Dire Claw, which was hard. Um, and booster speed Val is not the fastest thing on the field with that on it. There was some other fears I had that I just like didn't compute. Like I just didn't think about the fact that it could be bad. So let's get into the match. I can break this down as it goes. So I see the lead, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm fine with this. My idea on this lead is simple. I'm gonna click quick guard on my Iron Valiant and Volt Switch out, right? Knowing that he will get Trick Room up. I was so fine with him getting Trick Room up because in the back here I have Illumise, which has Encore. I Encore him in the Trick Room or force him to switch, and now I'm in an advantageous position because I get a free hit into the Incineroar, or I can just click CC into the oncoming, like into the Lunala, which is probably going to hit that oncoming Ursaluna. And the play just goes exactly like I thought, right? Quick guard, get the fake out, I get the Volt Switch, and we're golden, right? Now, I made one crucial error. I switched to Miraidon, which I was gonna do anyways. Like that was normal. Because my idea there is I switch in like on this Encore into Lunala, I can switch in my Miraidon just to get better positioning for next turn. It was Mentor Lunala, and now I just eat a Moonblast in a U-turn. Now, although that turn went as poorly as it possibly could for me, I got some info. Seeing U-turn means that it is AV Incineroar, which was one of the things I was kind of worried about. Was just like AV Incineroar is hard to get rid of. Um, and knowing that now this is Mental Orb Lunala sucks because to play around this now, I can no longer get quick guard on turn one. I have to do like a knock, a volt switch, and a U-turn. It's exploitable, right? Like it's one extra step I have to do, which makes him be able to exploit it. And now I have to deal with this. At this point, I'm pretty sure I've just lost because I have no protects, so I'm just gonna get picked off both ways. Then I have to bring the Chi-Yu in. Fun thing about the Chi-Yu, I forgot any and all bulk into it. It it was missing so much bulk. I think it was like 204 EVs in bulk. That was a whoopsie on my part. Don't worry, it would not have mattered. I tear a Ghost here thinking just he's going to click Facade into me, uh, which was true, but then covers it with Moongeist, which was genius. I click Knock to get the Earth to kill the Lunala, so at least I'm not getting 4-0'd in game 1. And then Fake Out Facade just cleans up. So after that awful game 1, I'm left with the, like, what do I do now? Like, I only really had one idea for this matchup, and that was leading Val and Miraidon. So in my head, I'm just like, screw it. I'm just gonna kind of lead the same thing and adapt with it. Naturally, I'm gonna lead the same thing and adapt with it. So in this game, I'm thinking there is no way. There is no way that they are going to click fake out. Why would they? Right? Like, why would you click fake out in this one? Because I have quick guard. But I realize that it is just safer for me to go Terraghost Knock to get rid of the Mental Herb and then hit it than to click quick guard. Because if we do quick guard, I get put in the same spot. If I can get away with this Terra Ghost, I'm in a good spot. Also, so when we realized it was supposed to be Open Terra preview, we both just forgot. Like, I didn't know it was Terra Water or Soluna in game 1. He didn't know it was Terra. So we just said, screw it, we left it. I voted for it not to be. I'm pretty sure they did as well. We take a fake out. We get a knock. And I clicked Volt Switch, and it lives at 5. And I'm like, that sucks. Like, that's awful. There's Trick Room. Now, on this turn, I have Encore. Like, that is a thing I have. But in my head, I'm like, oh, he's gonna either switch out or click a different button. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get Encore off here. Now, I could have just, like, hit this one all at once and chipped it and just, like, called it a day. I chose not to. I chose to hit the Ensign, just trying to think it was gonna switch. I get bonked on the other side. He takes chip. I get CC. Down goes Incineroar. The reason in my head I do this was because I can just Encore the Lunala next turn. Like, nothing stops me from just Encoring it into Wide Guard next turn. He brings in the Clawitzer. Here was the mistake. I should have known Lunala was switching here. I don't know why I didn't think it was going to switch. Granted, it doesn't matter because Clawitzer is the slowest thing on the field. But, like, technically, I could have, like, clicked a different button in case it missed. And Val has no Protect. I didn't put Protect and Quick Guard on it. So I was just kind of, like, left to dry. So, Encore fails. Who cares? Because Blizzard was killing. It misses Val. I lived that anyways, but it's still a huge miss, and I click Spirit Break. If I had just clicked CC there, it's probably dead, and I'm in, like, a worse position. Because it is harder to stall out Lunala. Actually, I don't know if it's a worse position. If I click CC, Clawitzer dies, it's Lunala, or... It's not worse, it's just not great. I think it's equally as bad, because at the moment, I bring in the Lando, get a big Intimidate down on Ursa Luna, because with Intimidate on Ursa, I can live a few things pretty comfortably. I'm just stalling, right? We protect the Landorus because he's gonna Blizzard. I can't take that hit. There's the live on Blizzard. And then sub Ursa Luna. I was kind of happy when I saw sub Ursa Luna, because as we see from this game, we know it has Facade. You're gonna assume it has a ground move, sub, and protect. Right? So in my head, I'm like, does it have EQ? It either doesn't have EQ, it doesn't have Headlong. Either way, I can work with that. And we just break sub immediately. And now there's one turn of Trick Room left. My thought here is both of my Mons are going to die. I might as well, like, both my Mons are dying before I can get a hit. Might as well go for double protect. There's no, like, harm in it. I miss it. We go into Lando Val here. That's game. In my head, I lose right here. Because I have one option. I cannot lock into an electric move. And I can't really lock into Draco, because if I hit Draco here, like if I hit Draco into Ursa Luna, I then die to Clawitzer. If I click Draco into the Clawitzer, Ursa Luna gets a hit, keeps sub up. I cannot break sub next turn and kill at the same time. Like, I would have to ignore this thing, which you just can't do. So the only button I can click here is Dazzling Gleam. And I lose to that as well, because if he protects and lets Clawitzer die, he gets a free switch into Lunala and can mash Wide Guard. I lose. Or if I click D-Gleam, kill the Clawitzer, break sub, and then Lunala comes in next turn, I also lose. So I'm like, I lose no matter what in this situation for me. But he goes for the Protect on Clawitzer, which was like the first opening I needed, because I was able to break sub, and I take an EQ because it's -1. At this point, I still lose, but like, I save my KD a little because Dazzling Gleam picks up both. I say GG's because it's over. Like, in my head, it's over, and here's why. I have 14 D-Gleams. They have 15 Wide Guards. They can spam Wide Guard until I run out of D-Gleams. Once I run out of D-Gleams, I have to struggle them. Okay? I'm not sure how struggle works. In my head, how I thought it would happen was I kill them with struggle, but I die first. I'm pretty. I forgot if struggle kills like recoil kills you first. I don't remember. I thought I would die first because I was faster, or the recoil hits me first. Um, Either way, I'm like I lost, and then it's never clicked wide guard, and I'm like, wait, I'm in this somehow. Game 3 at this point, I was just kind of like, how am I in this? There's the sound. They switch up the leads. I'm leading the same thing every time. That was my only choice, right? I had one mode to do here. When I saw Thundy, I'm like, oh, it's Eerie Impulse. But I don't have a choice on clicking Quick Guard, because if I click Quick Guard, Lunala gets Tailwind up and gets Trick Room up and I lose. So I just have to click the same buttons. There's no point of terroring. I was Terraflying on Miraidon. Awful choice. It should have been. It was gonna be dark, and then I'm like, it won't be dark. I'll change it to fairy. And then I'm like, no what? I'm scared of Ursulina. I'll change it to flying. It was useless. It was an awful idea. But we see Terra Fairy and we see Eerie Impulse. This allows it to live, right? Because if you didn't Terra, then you're taking a bunch of chip, and you have a chance to die from Miraidon. Eerie Impulse goes into Miraidon, just covers it, right? And Classy Trick Room goes up. In this situation, I have Mental Orb off of this thing, but I'm not switching in. Like, I want to switch in Omize, not to Encore, just to keep Miraidon alive. I don't want to take a Moonblast. Also, I'm kind of assuming it's just another Eerie Impulse into Miraidon, and then he's probably going to try to take out this Valiant. So I can get a free switch into Illumise here. It's a Mon with Protect. It's a Mon that can stall out Trick Room. None of my Mons on the field right now can stall out Trick Room. So we get to go in. I get the Eerie Impulse switch correct. We take that, and we get a huge Spirit Break. Spirit Break was massive because I get the special attack drop, and it's so low HP now, it's getting picked up by anything. Okay. I wasn't expecting a switch this turn. In my head, it's just like protect the Omize and see if Val can pick up Lunala. Maybe. Right? The switch was great. Oh, I didn't protect this turn. Oh, this was the turn I tried to get greedy. This was the turn where I'm like, I can get really greedy, expecting like a taunt or something into my Illumise, try to pick up this Lunala with Spirit. I don't even think it kills with Skither Smack. I don't think it does. But I'm like, I'll get greedy. The greediness was great because it gave me an extra turn of Protect. A special attack drop on Ursulina, whatever. Volt Switch was phenomenal. I kind of thought they were going to position into Clawitzer here, but I guess since I get the last choice, Lunala was always better. And I just go into Landorus, we get another Intimidate. The crucial Intimidate down. And now I can double Protect. Just one extra turn I can live. Now, at this point in the game, I felt really nice. Because seeing Wide Guard there, they Wide Guard because they're scared of Rock Slide. As what I'm assuming. Or EQ, either or, right? When I see Wide Guard and like Illumise is still alive, I'm like, oh, this is the easiest Encore in my life. Mental Orb's off this thing. I can now like Encore this and ignore it. Or he has to switch in Thundy here. I get stomping onto Ursulina. If Ursulina protects, the next one's double damage. And Trick Room is gone. And if Ursulina protects, Trick Room's gone, the next one's double damage, and I can Encore it. If Ursulina doesn't protect, I just get a free stomping into it. Like, that's the nice thing with Illumise on the field, is there's no such thing as protect. Nothing you click is safe. Like, you have to think, if I click this one button this turn, can I either A, find a way around it next turn, or B, am I fine with clicking, like, protect every turn? He goes Wide Guard, and I just say, screw that, you're Encored now. Facade, I die on crit. That crit helps me. If I don't die on that crit, Illumise is on the field next turn, and I really don't want it to be, because I want Miraidon to be able to pressure the same turn out of Trick Room. Also, I get to re-up my Electric Terrain on the exact turn. Right? Because, like, Terrain goes here, Trick Room goes here. Miraidon comes right back in. Now, I have the simple option. I know that Stomping Tantrum is doing 41%. I'm going to kill this Ursulina before it can hit me. Plus, it's -1. I know I can take an EQ or Facade. this is just the choice of like what button do I want to lock into here as Miraidon. The only thing I knew I wasn't clicking was Draco because I don't want to get into a situation where I lose to an all. So it was just, do I want to click D-Gleam or do I want to click Electro Drift? With what he had in the back, I'm like, it's either going to be the Enam, the Instant, or the Clawitzer. All those options, I'd rather be clicking Drift. So I just locked into Drift. He goes into Thundy. Encore into Wide Guard. We just pick it off. And Tantrum. I could have made a read there. It was just safer to make sure Ursona was dead. Or not attacking. Now, I see Clawitzer, and I'm like, oh wait, there's actually like, there's a good chance. All we need to have happen is for Miraidon to kill Clawitzer through Eerie Impulse, which I was pretty confident on because how stupid this thing is in all the multipliers. And it killed by like a lot. Like that was not close. Lando, Rockslide picks up Thundy. And at that point, we have it, right? The only thing I need to do is make sure Landorus doesn't die. I Terra Flying here thinking I was Terra Ghost. I wasn't. I was Terra Flying because I think I changed it to Terra Flying, Terra Blast at the last minute. But doesn't matter. We click Drift. We're fine. And Stomping picks up. And I scrape away with a win barely. There were like mostly just that game too. He made like one mistake and then just didn't see the wide guard out, and I won just because of that. Like that. Well, also like game 3, I played well. But it was a great set. We're 1-0. I don't know how much recording I'm gonna do for this league, just because like some of it might be cart, some of it might be showdown. We'll see what happens, and yeah. Till next time.